Philip James Bailey is an American singer, songwriter, and percussionist, best known as an early member and one of the two lead singers along with group founder Maurice White of the band Earth, Wind and Fire. Noted for his four-octave vocal range and distinctive falsetto register. From his childhood in Denver and through decades of productively creating, recording, and performing a wide range of music both as a shining star with Earth, Wind, and Fire and as a successful solo artist in multiple genres, Bailey has managed to amass a net worth of $4 million with 12 released solo albums in a range of styles, including jazz, R&B, and gospel. Among the accolades he has received for his talent and hard work include an induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Colorado Music Hall of Fame as a solo artist and the Vocal Group Hall of Fame as well as Songwriters Hall of Fame as a member of Earth, Wind and Fire. His solo career earned him a Grammy nomination for Best R&B Vocal Performance and MTV Video Music Award for Best Overall Performance in a Video. A nomination for an American Music Award in the category of Favorite Pop Video, a Grammy nomination for Best Pop Performance by a Duo. In all, he has won 7 Grammys out of 21 nominations. Bailey was bestowed with the Honorary Doctorate of Music from Berklee College of Music. He delivered the commencement speech at the college in 2008. Let's dive all the way back to where his story began. Bailey was born on May 8, 1951 and raised in Denver, Colorado to Eddie Bailey and Elizabeth Crossland. He attended Denver's East High School and later the Metropolitan State University of Denver and the University of Colorado thereafter. He was in a local R&B band called Friends and Love. Some of Bailey's early influences included jazz musicians such as Miles Davis, John Coltrane, and Max Roach, the Motown sound, in particular the music of Stevie Wonder. And he was also largely influenced by female singers such as Sarah Vaughan and Dionne Warwick. Personal life: married to Janet Hooks between 1970 to 2001. They have 5 children together. He later married Crystal Johnson from 2002 to 2010. They have 2 children. After their divorce, he married Valerie Bailey. He is father to Sir Bailey, Trinity Bailey, Creed Bailey, Philip Bailey Jr., Jaleel Bailey, Jalen Christopher Bailey, and Pili Asabi. He has 6 grandchildren. Millions of music lovers around the world discovered Bailey through his wildly successful work as a core member, writer, musician, and the other lead vocalist, along with Maurice White in the legendary group Earth, Wind and Fire. The impact of Earth, Wind and Fire has been such that some critics even dubbed the group the Black Beatles, a reflection of the power of the music the group has made. But how did all of this start? In 1972, while attending the University of Colorado, Bailey was invited to join the band Earth, Wind and Fire by founder and bandleader Maurice White. Soon afterwards, he solely sang lead vocals with his falsetto on songs such as Devotion, Keep Your Head to the Sky, Reasons, Fantasy, Star, I've Had Enough, Turn On, The Beatbox, When Love Goes Wrong, Guiding Lights, and My Promise. He also shared lead vocals with White on tunes like Shining Star, Getaway, September, Sing a Song, Serpentine Fire, Saturday Night, Can't Hide Love, That's the Way of the World, and Boogie Wonderland with the Emotions. During the mid-1990s, Maurice White put his touring days to a close. Bailey then became the onstage leader of Earth, Wind and Fire. As of now, he still shares the stage with longtime band members, bassist Verdine White and vocalist and percussionist Ralph Johnson. With his 4-octave vocal range, Bailey foremostly sings in his falsetto and sometimes like the tenor of Maurice White, whilst illustrating his vocal versatility. During 1983, Bailey issued his debut studio album, titled Continuation, on Columbia Records. The album reached number 19 on the US Billboard Top R&B Albums chart, number 36 on the Dutch Pop Albums chart, and number 31 on the Swedish Pop Albums chart. Martin Bash of the Boston Globe declared, "This is the rare R&B dance album where each cut is outstanding." Hugh Wyatt of the New York Daily News also called Continuation a top-notch recording. A single off the album titled I Know rose to number 10 on the US Billboard Hot R&B Songs chart. During 1984, Bailey also released his 3rd solo and 2nd secular album titled Chinese Wall on Columbia. The album reached number 22 on the Billboard 200 chart and number 10 on the Billboard Top R&B Hip-Hop Albums chart. The album was certified gold in the US. A duet with Phil Collins entitled Easy Lover rose to number 1 on the UK Pop Singles chart and number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. During 1986, Bailey went on to issue his 4th studio album titled Inside Out on Columbia. The album reached number 30 on the US Billboard Top R&B Albums chart, number 29 on the Swiss Pop Albums chart, and number 30 on the Swedish Pop Albums chart. A single from the album entitled State of the Heart reached number 20 on the US Billboard Hot R&B Songs chart. During 1994, Bailey issued his self-titled fifth studio album on Zoo Entertainment. Artists including Brian McKnight, Chucky I. Booker, and PM Dawn guested on the LP. A single called Here With Me rose to number 33 on the Billboard Adult R&B Songs chart. Bailey went on to release his first jazz album, titled Dreams, in 1999 on Heads Up International Records. The album featured artists such as Gerald Albright, Grover Washington, Jr., and Pat Metheny. It reached number 43 on the Billboard Jazz Albums chart. During 2002 he released Soul on Jazz, his sophomore jazz album, once again on Heads Up. The album rose to number 45 upon the Billboard Jazz Albums chart. Bailey then issued in 2019 his third jazz album entitled Love Will Find a Way on Verve Records. That album reached number 1 on both the Billboard Top Jazz Albums chart and the Billboard Contemporary Jazz Albums chart. Bailey featured on Andraé Crouch's 1979 Grammy-winning album I'll Be Thinking of You, and alongside Maurice White on Walter Hawkins' 1980 Grammy-nominated album The Hawkins Family. In 1980, Bailey joined friends Denise Williams, Billy Davis, and Marilyn McCoo to present a gospel show called Jesus at the Roxy at a Los Angeles club named The Roxy. Williams later said God did something miraculous. Over 300 people were saved. After that, both Bailey and Williams decided to pursue careers in Christian music. During 1984, Bailey issued his first gospel album titled The Wonders of His Love on Myrrh Records. The album reached number 13 on the Billboard Christian Albums chart and number 17 on the Billboard Top Gospel Albums chart. The Wonders of His Love was also Grammy-nominated in the category of Best Inspirational Performance. His second gospel album, Triumph, was released in 1986 on Horizon Records. The LP reached number 18 on the Top Christian Albums chart and number 33 on the Billboard Top Gospel Albums chart. Triumph also won a Grammy for Best Gospel Performance, Male. During 1989, he released his third gospel album titled Family Affair on Myrrh Records. The album reached number 37 on the Billboard Top Gospel Albums chart. Bailey later played percussion and sang on the King Baptist Church Mass Choir's 1990 album Holding On to Jesus' Hand. Bailey sang on jazz guitarist Alphonso Johnson's 1976 LP Yesterday's Dreams. He later played percussion alongside Verdine White on bass upon the track Tahiti Hut, composed by both Maurice White and Eumir Deodato from Deodato's 1978 album Love Island. He also sang on Ronnie Law's 1978 album Flame. Bailey went on to produce R&B band Kinsman Daz's 1978 debut LP Kinsman Daz and work as an arranger and guest artist on their sophomore 1979 album Daz. Bailey also collaborated as a vocalist with Ramsey Lewis on his 1980 LP Roots, Stanley Turrentine on his 1981 album Tender Togetherness, and Denise Williams on her 1983 Grammy-nominated album I'm So Proud. As well, he guested on Stevie Wonder's 1985 In Square Circle album, Kenny Loggins' 1985 LP Vox Humana, Ray Parker Jr.'s 1987 album After Dark, and Anita Pointer's 1987 LP Love for What It Is. Bailey also collaborated with Julio Iglesias on his 1988 album Nonstop and Denise Williams on her 1988 album As Good As It Gets. Bailey then collaborated with Little Richard on the title tune of the soundtrack to the 1988 feature film Twins. That song reached number 16 on the Dutch Pop Singles chart and number 36 on the Belgian Pop Singles chart. Twins was also nominated for a Golden Globe in the category of Best Original Song. He later featured on Nancy Wilson's 1989 LP A Lady with the song, Diane Reeves' 1990 album Never Too Far, and George Duke and Stanley Clarke's 1990 LP. Bailey also guested on jazz group Fourplay's 1991 self-titled debut album, Ronnie Law's 1992 LP Deep Soul, George Duke's 1992 album Snapshot, Fourplay's 1993 sophomore LP Between the Sheets, and Shantae Moore's 1994 album A Love Supreme. Bailey then featured on Keiko Matsui's 1994 LP Doll, Doc Powell's 1996 album Inner City Blues, George Duke's 2000 Grammy-nominated album Cool, Boney James's 2006 LP Shine, Denise Williams' 2007 album Love Niecy Style, and Gerald Albright's 2008 Grammy-nominated LP Sax for Stacks. He later appeared on the song Fool for You from CeeLo Green's 2010 album The Lady Killer. Fool for You got to number 1 on the Billboard Adult R&B Songs chart and number 13 on the Billboard. That song also won 2 Grammy Awards in the categories of Best Traditional R&B Performance and Best R&B Song. Bailey also sang on Nathan East's 2017 LP Reverence, a cover of Serpentine Fire from that album featuring Bailey, Verdine White, and Ralph Johnson reached number 17 on the Billboard Smooth Jazz Songs chart. Bailey thereafter made a guest appearance on Chick Corea's 2018 album Chinese Butterfly. He also sang uncredited vocals on Travis Scott's Stop Trying to Be God. Bailey appeared in a 1995 Chicago staging of Raisin, the Broadway musical based on A Raisin in the Sun. On October 2007, Bailey sang God Bless America during the 7th inning stretch in Game 3 of the 2007 World Series. With his success, Bailey has a way to give back to the community he established. Music is Unity organization which supports foster care kids, especially ones who have aged out of the system and are on their own. He is still performing with original bandmates Verdine White and Ralph Johnson, his son Philip Bailey Jr., and fellow musicians who continue the musical legacy of the group's late founder, Maurice White. He is truly a talent and an inspiration. Thank you for watching. Click on the bell notification and subscribe for more content like this.